We just got the biggest clue of our life. Why? From Jim Cramer. Well, I think it's truly game over. Not right now, not just this second, guys, but soon, right? Sooner rather than later. Why? Because this is what we needed to see, guys, for that collapse moment, right? In today's video, we're going to investigate how the Great Depression 2.0 is probably imminent, guys, right? It's not a joke. I mean, we may as well prepare for what's upcoming. And I'm guessing after that collapse point, the new financial system will be turned on, right? Introduced to the world, and then there's our prize, right? For XRP and these other coins that'll be integrated with that new financial system. Now, Jim Cramer just tweeted out, roaring economy. There we go, guys. Was nice while it lasted, right? The economy is doing S. I don't know how it's doing amazing, guys, right? And basically, here we go. What does this sound like to you, right? Because I've heard the same type of phrase before, roaring economy, right? Well, you guys want to know? It's this right here, the roaring 20s, 1920, guys, right? In the 1920s. The start date was 1920, the end date was 1929, and then the depression hits, guys, right? It was where it was characterized by economic prosperity, rapid social and cultural change, and a mood of optimism. The next day, 1929, guys, right? Everything was going up. The next day, it just imploded. If I don't know, guys, interesting, very fascinating indeed. Now, there are so many indications, guys, right, or indicators that's flashing before our very own eyes. Now, am I talking about tomorrow collapse? No, guys, right? Probably in 2025. We'll have to wait and see, though. Now, why? Because JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon just sold $150 million worth of his JP Morgan shares. Wait, what? This is the first time in history he has sold any of his JP Morgan shares, guys. Wait a minute, the biggest bank out there, right? JP Morgan sold it all, guys. Not all, but he sold a portion, right? $150 million worth of his JP Morgan shares. I mean, come on, guys, right? And it's not to mention, it's the first time he ever did this. What? SEC filing says, right? And this just happened, guys, right? So everyone else is selling. Why are we? Well, because I believe cryptos, well, I believe and I hope cryptos do go up, guys, before any type of black swan arrives, right? The reason why we're saying a black swan will probably arrive, guys, because they're all selling. That's the issue here, right? Look at this. Making this the first time he's selling, guys. Marking the first time the head of the largest United States lender has sold shares since taking charge in 2005. Think about that. Since 2005, guys, right? And now he sold $150 million worth of shares in the bank. Come on, guys, right? So if this doesn't tell us anything, it is. Something's incoming, guys. But could consider doing so in the future about selling more, right? This is how we know we're not at the point of the collapse moment, guys, because if we were, they're going to be selling a lot more. I'm guessing a recession is on the horizon. They're going to print us back up, and then we go up again, guys, right? Keeps on happening until hyperinflation occurs or something literally collapses, right? Not to mention, Justin, AMD CEO has just started selling AMD shares. She just sold $20 million worth of AMD shares, with more shares to follow, guys, right? Again, more sales right here, guys. Recent insider selling: Jeff Bezos, $8.5 billion of Amazon; Mark Zuckerberg, $428 million of Meta; Jamie Dimon, $150 million of JP Morgan, right? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have also been selling a lot of stocks. Do they know something we don't? Right? Someone says, as long as Warren Buffett doesn't start selling Coca-Cola stock, then everything's fine. Last time Jeff sold so much was around November, December 2021, right before inflation starting hitting the fan. Interesting, guys. And some people are holding cash right now just in case of something incoming, guys, right? So we're not the only people that are kind of seeing something incoming, guys, but others are as well. Interesting. Now, if you do go back here, guys, look at that. Their previous sales, November 2021, January 2020, and 2018. All before, I'm guessing, the markets crashed lower. Well, maybe perhaps they're buying Bitcoin with with a portion of that money, guys. Now, we did say during the previous the 2023, was it 2023? I'm pretty sure it was last year, guys. You guys remember when during March, guys, right? The banks plummeted, right? Collapsed, and they had to come in and save the market, guys. The day Bitcoin actually pumped 50% or so, guys, from that point, right? From bank failures, Bitcoin actually pumped. So if we do see bank failures on the horizon, is Bitcoin going to move back, move up, guys, right? Create new all-time highs? I don't know. Maybe a possibility. Monster $1.3 billion Bitcoin buy, right? 26,000 Bitcoin at $51,000. Who the hell is buying at this price, guys? That's weird, right? And we're talking about billions of dollars. Looks bullish, perhaps. These people who are selling, right? Could they be buying? But this is not an ETF wallet, so it's an individual, guys, right? I'm guessing. That's weird. Someone who's in the know bought more Bitcoin, a lot of it. And what price? At 51K. He could have waited if he believes Bitcoin will go lower, but he doesn't. Weird. Again, I'm really hoping for them to create new all-time highs, guys. That's what I'm literally hoping for the entire community. I don't know, because if Bitcoin goes down, guys, we're not having alt season, right? Unless we're going stable or something, right? Or retracing back up, guys. Now, a recession is likely to hit the United States economy in 2024, per The Economist, right here. So recession odds are peaking, right? And back in 2008, so we see the red line, full model, blue line spreads, green line spreads. It seems like this happened back, guys. Look at that, right? Red line literally at the top of the range again. Red line over here, 2008 occurred, and then back in 2001 as well, right? Not in 2020 though. So that's interesting, guys, right? Again, people have been saying recession every year, but no, we didn't, right? Actually, there were three options: pump until the collapse, collapse now. The third option is pump, black swan in the middle, and pump again. Right? The most devious option is that, guys. We actually talked about this years ago. So I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see, because the market cap concentration of the top 10 stocks, of the top 10% of stocks, guys, has hit its highest level since 1929, surpassing 2000. Right? So 2000 was right here, guys. We're above that level. And basically, we're at the same levels as 1929, guys. Right? And guess what happened after it? That's insane. Right? That's truly insane. Again, this points towards something incoming. Right? And not to mention, we're talking about comparing 1929 to today. Right? 1929 to today. There you guys go. Now, it gets even more weirder by the second. Why? Because this is just super weird. Not necessarily in a bad way, just weird. The only times in 60 plus years that the S&P 500 rose 2% or more, with less than 60% of the volume flowing into rising issues on the New York Stock Exchange, were in the midst or aftermath of the worst crashes: 1987, 2008, 2020, and today. Right? Each time we seen a crash occurred. Right? Or it was after the crash, guys. The aftermath of it. Could it be predicting something? Right? I don't know, guys, but all these charts point towards the same thing. A recession, right? A crash in the markets. This is why I'm hoping we pump. Unusual situation developing. The Nasdaq composite is up nearly 3%, with fewer than 55% of issues advancing. All 5 presidents, according to Sentiment Trader, occurred between 1999 and 2001 as well. Right? They're basically comparing the past, guys. Now, do we have to follow what happened in 2001? No. Right? Do we have to follow it? No, guys, because the markets can be unreasonable, right? It could just keep climbing and climbing and climbing with climbing the wall of worry, right? When everyone's, this is why we may not even see a crash, to be honest, right? Not right now. It's because everyone's calling for one, guys. That's the issue, right? So imagine if they just keep pumping it, and then people start getting bullish, then the black swan appears out of nowhere, right? I hope they do that, guys, instead of collapsing right now or crashing right now, because we wanna cash out before any type of recession occurs, right? Especially with our cryptos, because if we don't, and if we repeat 2020, yeah, good luck, guys, because everything's falling at least like minus 50+%, 60, 70, minus negative, all those percentages, right? Now, from bar chart, United equity risk premium has fallen to its lowest level since the aftermath of the dot-com bubble, right? This is the premium that investors receive to compensate them for taking on additional risk in the stock market instead of treasuries. So, once again, people are saying the S&P 500 are approaching Bitcoin Ponzi territory, right? Because look what has happened before, guys. 2007, 2000, right? Is this going to spike back up here soon? But someone says bullish up until everything collapses, right? Honestly, no. Jeremy Grantham has said the AI bubble will burst and take the stock market down with it, right? Nvidia has been parabolically going up, guys. People have said that, oh, if that collapses, guys, it's going to trickle into other stocks, right? The whole economy being propped up. Now, is there like a deadline for this, guys? Possibly, because Powell ends the Bank Term Funding Program emergency bank liquidity on March 11, 2024. It begins falling from that date, right? Powell did the same thing in January 2020 when he pulled emergency repo interventions away. Now, Hank Paulson also pulled repo away in September 2008, right when the crash began, guys. It's all by design. It's by design. Wow. Interesting. Look at that, right? It ends March 11th, guys. Did they give us an exact date, right? Or soon thereafter? Weird. So there's a lot of warning signs flashing, guys, right? And this is the Fed, guys. Even though they have a money printer, they're in a negative, right? So, I don't know, there's a lot of warning signs flashing. Let us just prepare for what's upcoming, guys. I mean, something is definitely brewing, but not financial advice. I'm hoping and I'm praying we create new all-time highs before any disaster occurs. Now, financial advice takes place, guys. What is that, Sophia's amazingness? See ya.